Hello everybody, I'm Master Wabbit and let's keep playing Pyre. Previously, we went through one of many rites in order to free one of our own. This time it was Hedwyn. Next time, we'll see. Someone wishes to speak with us. Ah, of course, Sandalwood. Following Hedwyn's liberation, you find Volfred smoking at his pipe, his eyes averted. He looks up and smiles as you approach.
Hello, my boy. Excellent work back there. Thank you for your perseverance. Though, I was just reflecting on how very fortunate I've been in all of this. Not just me, but really all of us who had a chance to stand with Hedwyn here. Ours is, admittedly, a somewhat desperate plan. It was vital to me, should the Nightwings rise again, that it be under proper care and guidance.
The plan, Volfred's ambitious plot to spark a revolution in the Commonwealth as peacefully as possible. The plan's current probability of success at 25%. We shall stand together, shoulder to shoulder, as the scribes themselves once stood. Volfred Sandalwood.
I was just thinking how well Hedwyn served in that capacity. Whatever is to be the outcome of all this, no doubt his presence shall be missed. My agents and I, we were unsure of him at first. A common boy like that, completely unacquainted with the rites. But in the end, I felt that he was worth a shot. Someone like him, sincere, determined, with loyal friends and desperate to get home. Those qualities spoke volumes.
Then he falls silent for a time.
I have every faith that he shall strive on our behalf now in the Commonwealth, and it is my hope that he yet finds the one he sought.
You and Volfred speak little more of Hedwyn for now. You are left wondering what shall become of him in the Commonwealth.
We're gonna miss you, buddy.
So yeah, now we don't have one of our key players, but we do need to continue our journey, and we didn't see any stars last time.
Good morning, my boy. The place I noted earlier, let me illuminate the way.
In the Moonlight Alcove. Small landing on the dark side of the Sacred Mountain. Volfred indicates you can await the next cycle of the rites here. Volfred leads all of you into a calm and quiet clearing, tucked away inside one of the mountain's hidden folds. All about, you see a variety of strange items and equipment. Oh, well, someone wants to speak with us in the cabin. You again? Didn't we just talk? You find Volfred seemingly lost in thought, but then he turns to you.
Greetings, reader. This wagon and I weave many memories together, and I could not help reliving some of them just now. I suppose some aspects of my past may be of relevance to you, given your role. If there is something that you wish to know, you need but ask.
Alright, Volfred invites you to inquire about his past. What'd you do to earn your sentence? Why the Nightwings disbanded? How do you know the Lone Minstrel? Or ask to be excused. There's no need to take up more of Volfred's valuable time right now. Nonsense! Volfred reminds you of someone you heard about long ago in the Commonwealth. The triumvirate of which you are now a part of seems to have a storied history. The two of them seem to be old acquaintances. How long have they known each other? Well, honestly, of all these things, we know he is a reader. And we got cast out because we were also a reader. So we probably don't need to know too much about his sentence. I want to know why the Nightwings disbanded. You express interest in knowing more of how the Nightwings came to be here and Volfred's past connection to the group.
I've been connected to the Nightwings almost since the beginning of my days in exile. They found me, in a manner, as I understand, quite like how Hedwyn and the others found you. Back then, it was a smaller group than we have now. I joined an exile called Erissa, and another known as Oralek.
Okay, we have Erissa, a former exile of the Nightwings who conducted the rites alongside Volfred and Oralek. And we have Oralek, a former exile of the Nightwings who conducted the rites alongside Volfred and Erissa. Alright.
Once in a while, we let little Tizo stand with us as well. He is rather older than he looks. The other triumvirates we stood against, they feared us. Only the Tempers presented any threat to us in any given right. Led by the demon Ignarius. Yep, those guys that we just beat last time. But there was a terrible accident. Erisa, we lost her. And Orlek, he was my friend. He fell from Mount Elodiel. We lost him as well, on the night when he was to be free. We were reckless, hasty, and I was powerless to stop any of it. I blamed the Rites themselves, the circumstances that put us into danger. The downside has claimed many lives, yet this, it was too much. I vowed never again to don the mask and raiments. I had the Black Wagon cleared and buried, such that it could not be used again. If the Nightwings would rise again, it would be under different circumstances, under new leadership, and towards a different purpose. That is all I wish to say of this, my boy.
Alright. Oh, we get to ask more sentences. I thought it was a one and done deal. Alright. Now I want to know. How'd you earn your sentence? You ask Volfred about his past in the Commonwealth and how it is he came to be in the downside.
How rather forward of you, my boy. Most whom I have met during my travels here have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. Nonetheless, I am happy to tell you. As a reader, I assume you are familiar with the stamping press. I owned and operated one.
Stamping press, an illegal invention allowing written materials to be published at an extraordinary rate. In 617 AS, the Commonwealth was under siege from within as anti-theocratic propaganda quickly spread. AS, I'm not sure what that's supposed to stand for, but yeah, years in this game.
I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban on literacy, the interminable wars against the high-wing remnants. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. Under a pseudonym, of course. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk, and sure enough, my stamping press was eventually discovered and burned to the ground. I, however, managed to elude capture for a while. But not for long enough. Here in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings, who were searching for a reader. In that respect, my past, I think, is similar to yours. Anyway, that is the long and short of it. Now then, was there anything else?
Alright, how do you know this lone minstrel dude? You ask Volfred about his history with the lone minstrel, whom he seems to know quite well.
Tariq was there with the Nightwings when they took me on. His manner has always been much as how you've seen. Although he is somewhat more cheerful now than I recall back then, if you can believe that, I think our plan has sparked a little fire in him. He serves the Rites and the Nightwings. I have tried to ask of his past before, but he seems rather reluctant to speak of it. Though it is plain that he's not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for some privacy. Nonetheless, although I do not know too much of him, I count him as a friend. I lost track of him for some time, though it was he who first informed me that the Nightwings had returned. He and Tizo were instrumental in our meeting. It's been good to see him doing relatively well. Anyway, was there anything else you wish to talk about for now?
Has to be excused. We don't need to take up more of his valuable time, but thanks for the lore dump. You thank Volfred for his time and bid him a good rest of the afternoon.
Likewise to you, reader. Be well.
Alright. I guess we can't do much until hole up with your companions until the stars align once more. Everyone. Oh, wow, it is, yep, I'm recording these in the morning again. Yay. Everyone, the amenities are modest here at Moonlight Alcove, but I suggest you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. A small landing on the dark side of the Sacred Mountain. For many years, Volfred smuggled supplies and furnishing to this well-hidden locale.
As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care for now. It shall be ready by when you need it next.
From the mountaintop, you can see all across the downside. It is impossible. It's impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land besides it. And so you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rites begins to turn again. Then you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom one by one. Many moons pass. Then, one evening...
May I have a moment, reader?
The lone minstrel finds you poring over the books of rites, as has been your learning... Oh, wow, reading is hard. Okay, the lone minstrel finds you poring over the book of rites, as has been your leaning through your stay at this abode. Is it just me, or is pouring here spelled improperly? There's supposed to be a U there? Whatever.
Begging your pardon, but there is something you may wish to see. Please, follow me.
You follow him into the cold night.
Look forth, reader, sir.
The stars shine like you have never seen. Once more, the path towards salvation is revealed. But now something is different.
Seek now your destination.
Gaul, the South Star. Malai, the Bog Star. Oris, the Azure Star. Each prior time you searched the stars, they showed you to a single path, but now several rites avail themselves to you at once. Henceforth, you may choose from several different rites. So now, we get to decide where we want to play and who we're going to be facing off against. We could face off against the Descendants here at the Azure Star. Yep, record against them is 0-1. Can't forget that. Malive, the Accusers at the Bog Place. We're 1-0 against them. Gaul, the Fate. Your record against them is 1-0. Alright. Well, that's like one of the first areas we went to. This bog area has all those pits. And this area was on the... Oh, the Hulk of Auras. Yeah, that's going to be the water level. Alright. I think I want to face off against the Fate.
The stars urge that we go to the Ridge of Gaul, a long way off. Volfred, sir, how will we reach the Ridge of Gaul in due course of time? You know full well, Tariq. Preparations are complete.
You think you see the lone minstrel smile ever faintly, but cannot be sure.
Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advanced, you'll find there ought be fewer rites this time, until once more we are to traverse Scribe's Gate. Exactly how many, it is difficult to say, but our next chance at liberty ought to present itself much sooner than before, so let's be ready for it. Now then, see you in the morning, reader.
Your companions have not traveled far from Moonlight Alcove. Word of the news soon spreads throughout the group. We don't even get a chance to talk to anybody. All right, let's continue our journey. Next morning, Volfred calls everyone together before the Black Wagon.
This old wagon is more than it appears. With Bertrude's aid, it escorted you across the sea to me. Now it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see.
Volfred beckons you to join him in the wagon. Okay, buddy. Lot of shiny stuff. Something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view.
You are the Nightwings. You should travel in their customary way.
He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book.
Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. And everyone else, hang on to something.
What has he got planned for us? By pushing the X button, we... I don't think the engine's working, Volfred. If we hold it, we take off. After having soared into the sky, the black wagon remains aloft. Somehow. Never thought I'd soar like this again. Hey, now we're talking! Tizo is excited to be flying again. You get the impression this may not be the first time for him. The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There is one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing. Though we should be able to find at least a couple landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make way by land or sea toward our destination. Now without further ado, let us proceed. The Black Wagon can fly! Seek landing near the Ridge of Gaul. Sail now the skies. So yeah, now we can fly. So we need to travel. Oh. What was that? You overhear Sir Delusion a full-on panic as his fellow Worm Knights attempt to calm him down. What do you mean? It was the Nightwings? We are not to face them in our coming right again, are we? At some point, he realizes your wagon is aloft, beside his own. You Nightwings! This knight shall not forgive you this transgression! Once we prevail against whichever adversaries are doomed to face us next, and we shall come for you! Gah, why must this knight be forced to fly so far above the land and sea? Yep, so be careful. You can run into other, Oh, hang on. That's where these guys are parked. Hang on. As you soar above the waters of Worm Gulf, you'll notice Sir Gilman sidle up to you, very slowly. We are very, very... Oh, hang on, that's not the right voice. We are very, very high above the waters. If this knight is not mistaken, this knight's brethren lurk beneath the surface there, in numbers untold. Fortunately, if we were to come crashing to the surface now, then this knight, why, he would receive a watery burial in the custom of his kind. Good to know. Oh, why did I have to pick... Oh, hang on. Let's bump into these guys. Sisters, we are under attack. Hold? No, we are merely being mocked. By none other than the Nightwings. Mock us all you wish, then wastrels of the Commonwealth. The sight of you in that utterly outlandish wagon, your mere existence is an affront to the act of flight. Would that my sisters and I could soar tireless and free as we once did, but nay, we must resort to such ignoble means of travel, such as you. Now stay away from us, lest our vengeance should extend beyond the Commonwealth and beyond blah 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 blah. Run to these guys. You can hear the angry hissing coming from Udmild all the way from your position. I didn't want to miss running into these guys. Ye think mayhaps the skies belong to ye? Yes. Foolish. The skies and everything above them and below belong to the Astralborn. Ye shall be smitten from his skies on his awakening. Now be gone. Still got a ways to go. As you fly aloft over the area of the downside prairie where you first your paths diverged, you see Jodariel peering down at the lands below. You took us through to Hollowroot that first time, if memory serves, reader. Taking sides with Greentail rather than with me. It took me a considerable length of time after that to come to the conclusion you were not a complete fool. Hey, watch it there, Jody. My chum here is a real discerning judge of character, and has a good direction sense for that matter. We'd probably all be stuck in a bog had he listened to you back then. Oh, indeed. They both seem to be in good spirits, reminiscing about old times. Dodario and Rookie gain +1 hope for the next rite. This is important, I guess. If we find some random stuff, we might be able to see some good things. You soar near the border of the Sandfolds, where your companions first found you in the downside long ago. There is nothing for you there, and you wish never to see it again. Sandfolds, exiles cast downriver, wash up on the southern edge of the downside in an unlivable waste. Exiles who survive the river journey are then left to struggle here. Oh, we can land at all those two places. What do we got here? Yonder lies the Ridge of Gaul, somewhat less imposing when viewed from this vantage point. Do you not agree, reader?
The myths of the downside hold that it is no mere ridge of stone, but the remains of Lord Gandroth, once slain by Gol-Golathanion himself. So, Lord Gandroth, the Serpent Titan, vanquished by the scribe Gol-Golathanion. He brandished his tower shield and sent Gandroth's fury back into his countenance, according to the Book of Rites. And Gol-Golathanion, second of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Oath Taker, or the Repentant. The Empire's Master General entered exile of his own volition to pursue his liege. Though, perhaps such tales are of little import now, where you stand to confront the fate there in just a short while. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Goodness for cough buttons, or mute buttons on microphones. Okay, so, we can land in Hollow Root. Falconron may be passing through here with a special offer, or Faye senses the presence of the 8 scribes along this route. I don't know how much money I have, so let's head to Blooming Pool. You make a successful landing in Downside Prairie, near the southern edge of the Downside. Memories of having first met Hedwyn, Jodariel, and Ruki come flooding back. Your companions insist with a routine inspection of the wagon. Pamela reports that the wagon's hull is well intact and did not suffer damage during flight, even though he ran into like 3 other people. Jodariel observes small fractures in the edges of the wing flaps, though on further scrutiny, this proves to not be cause for much concern. Everything else seems to be in order. The rest of the group got through the flight without incident. You should have some time to explore the vicinity before continuing onward toward the Ridge of Gaul by land. Oh, we got a... Okay, we have... Downside Clinger yields fruit from time to time, though only if one says the magic word. A keepsake from Downside Prairie. We received a downberry. We have old raiments up here. It's not going to show. Oh, I can't pull that. Greastone exhibits a flagrant disregard for natural law, thus proving the light entertainment. Neat. We have Waking Wood Wisps. The wisps inside provide a scarce bit of light when is needed, all for a low monthly fee. Really? I know you're there, Gilman. Alright. Sir Gilman is shivering there after the black wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Master Rita, this knight is very, very slightly out of sorts is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Pamela overhears and joins you. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it, he has yet to understand. Well, let's see. What's it like to swim the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, the glorious murky waters, engulfed in hideous warfare to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Though this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. Though I haven't had to swim, and you now have to fly. That's very brave of you, and you handled it better than some harp fledgling that I've met in my day. You'll get used to it. She departs you, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. Sir Gilman gains +1 hope for the next rite. Wish him well. Alright. What do we got here in the Book of Rites? Oh, we are now into Chapter 2. And we've also got Forsaken Lands, Celestial Landmarks, on 9 Triumvirate. Oh, we've got a lot. There's a lot. Alright. Living in exile. Once I, too, roamed free. I remember well those days in which I was called chief. I traveled all the world over on my 4 good paws, and I was well adored. I wanted to grow stronger. Here at last I have. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for you a little bit, and to prolong your stay, but only for as long as needed. Your charge is to return. We call this place the Downside for a reason. But in time, here you can learn to eat, to seek out shelter, and to find a certain beauty in unlikely places. Neat. So, first exile, last emperor. Let me just make sure.
All right, the mercy shown. And then chapter 2. All right, so continue your journey to reveal more pages of chapter 1. Chapter 2 is spending Saul at the slug market to reveal more pages. Chapter 3, the Forsaken Lands. Years upon long years we spent distilling life essence from many things, which all once writhed under the auspices of their mortality, which we ourselves cut short. In this we have no regrets, for we learned much, and so, we think, did they. We earned the title Witch, and were forced to flee into the downside. Here we encountered Solium Mur, and soon we gained an understanding of each other. He bade us circumnavigate these lands and catalog our findings. We felt a strong desire to expose the secrets of this land. He wished to yield benefit to those who followed in our wake. Indulge us both, then. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of pages. There's just a lot of pages. You return to different regions and reveal more pages. 4 is Celestial Landmarks. Visit the Celestial Landmarks to reveal more pages. We got a couple chapters we don't know about. 9 Triumvirates. Prevail over your adversaries to reveal more pages. And on the Commonwealth, conduct liberation rites to reveal more pages of this. There is a lot of lore, and I'm not reading it right now. But we'll come back for that. Because right now, what brings you to me this time, my dear reader? I want to know what's on your mind. Ah, my best friend in all the world come to visit me again. Does it make you uncomfortable, perhaps, that I should call you thus? Perhaps you should think that you do not yet know me very well, but I know you just fine. You reveal a great deal to me when you come visit me like this. You are not the only one who can sense things in others, you know. She laughs to herself. One learns to read a bit when forced to suddenly appear within a book for 837 years or so, especially if one is wont to pry a little, you understand, for it gets rather boring here. I know all about you, a common wanderer who vowed to help his friends be free again, only to end up spending all his time talking to an apparition stuck in a stone. Oh, I know about your loves, or lack thereof, about your favorite pastimes, certain habits you may be somewhat loath to admit. Fear not, of course, I use this special knowledge only as a means to entertain myself, I think. And if you don't like it, why, just keep your distance, like so many of your predecessors. As for the other Beyonders, they are as wraiths to me as I must seem to all those idiots with whom you consort. I cannot confide as easily in my own kind as I am able to confide in you. But I suppose that I have said too much. Thank you, as ever, for the visit. You have given me a lot to think about, more than you know. She laughs again, softly. We need to get a scribe trial. You need not ask me twice. Simply verify which one of yours shall be the subject of my scrutiny. Well, obviously it has to be Tizo. Do I want to keep that compared to... Oh, you can sell that from the... That's only worth 5? Wow. Things are farther than usual. Quickness. +3 hope. I think I want to do this. Will this help? 39%. I'll take that. 45%. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Almost half. But yeah. Tizo! You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Tizo. I dare think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood out from all his ilk, although that really is not saying much. Well, let us bring him forth. Tizo soon appears in heat of the summons. Tizo seems to be prepared for whatever lies ahead. Sure hope you are, buddy. Sure hope you are. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, imp. You answer to me here. Tizo indicates his understanding and is prepared to begin Sandra's trial. Wow, straight to the point. You know the formalities, of course. Show me then what you have learned thus far about the rites. Here in this trial, it shall be just you, my Beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let us see now how you fare. Time to end this episode off with Tizo being Tizo. I'm gonna take that. Uh-oh. Oof. Thought I can get him with that implosion, but I guess I didn't. All right. Come here. I gotta do that 2 more times, because of course Tizo only does 15 on a... they can... Oh, come on, really? Alright, let's try this again. Alright, I just need to score 5 more points. Shouldn't be too difficult, he says. Oof. There's the moon crest. There you go. Gotta be nice and careful. Oh, that was close, buddy. That was super close. Not good enough. Victory! Tizo is excited to have completed Sandra's challenge and awaits her approval. A worthwhile effort, Imp. Your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Your predecessor may well have approved. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Tizo is happy to be back and wonders what it is that Sandra granted you. You take a closer look at the new artifact in your possession. We've received Ha'ub's Wing. Tizo flutters and zip abilities cost less stamina than usual, 35% by default. Only usable by Tizo. Even the sisters were taken aback, faced with such a sheer ferocity from one with such small stature. Alright, we accept the reward. But yeah, that is going to be it for this episode because it has been nearly 30 minutes of lore dumping and a couple minutes of playtime. So, real quick about lore. This is probably a good time to mention it. There is so much lore in this game that I think it would be best if I save all the rest of this, literally all the rest of this, for at the very tail end. I will definitely try and get as much of this done as possible on this run. I have another play file that I can load up as well. But yeah, so until next time, everybody, take care.